Superpowers. Something that gives the average person an unnatural ability and allows them to live a life like none other. Whether birthed from physiology, mutation, an item, or magic, it allows one to perform supernatural feats that a normal person could not. From an early age, I've been fascinated by superpowers and superheroes, and I can talk about these just about all day, so I'm going to break this down into segments. We're going to talk about the classic superheroes, most useful power systems and powers, and real-world utilization if people had powers. The classic superhero. Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Black Panther, Wonder Woman, Thor. What do they all have in common? They have supernatural abilities or superpowers that allow them to do crazy things like fly, fall from orbit and survive, summon lightning, move faster than the speed of light, and withstand hits from godlike beings. Batman is here, by the way, because he has done at least half of those things. So yeah, a superhero. And there will be a video on Batman sometime in the future. With great power comes great responsibility. One of the most famous quotes of all time. A mantra for heroes. For people with power, the strong exist to protect the weak. With this mantra in mind, we have been gifted with some of the greatest heroes to ever exist. Superman, an indestructible alien who calls Earth his home. He can detonate the planet just by flicking his pinky, but works every day to make sure this planet and those who call it home are safe. The Hulk, called a monster by so many people and treated like garbage, this green giant always protects those smaller than him and has been the catalyst in saving the planet more than once. The X-Men. Humanity hates them, but they are constantly protecting those who come against them. This is honor. This is chivalry. This is doing the right thing, not because you benefit or because it's easy, but because it's the right thing to do. Superheroes have heavily inspired the way I act towards people and my mindset because in this non-power world where we see those with power abuse it, those without power have to be better. We need to stand up for those that do not have a voice and those that are oppressed. That is my belief, and my love for heroes helps drive that belief. A question to you, viewer. I know a lot of nerds joke around and say we wouldn't be heroes if we got powers. But what would you really do if you got the opportunity that Superman got? If you saw a country full of innocents you could save, could you truly turn your back on them? We are more than our circumstances, more than our scars, more than our past regrets, more than the negative aspects of our personal character. These heroes show that time and time again. Batman, Daredevil, Thor, Hulk, the X-Men, the Flash, so many of them. It's weird to say, but due to heroes in fiction, I have hope for humanity. Part 2. Most useful power systems. Alright, we're going to deep dive into nerdism here, but to prevent an ADHD-fueled rant that goes nowhere, we're going to break this segment down even further. What is a power system? The different power systems across fiction that I currently feel like talking about, and which are the best in order. My order. What is a power system? A power system is a category or a method of how one acquires and then uses a superpower or supernatural ability. I will now give a simple breakdown of how said power systems work. Physiological-based power systems. Users: Superman, Thor, Wonder Woman. These people are born with their powers, and through them they are able to have super strength, super speed, enhanced durability, flight, and other abilities. Superman's DNA acts upon receiving solar energy. Wonder Woman was literally crafted by the Olympians, and it's in her DNA. Thor is an Asgardian. The key to physiological powers lie in one's DNA or birth. Our next one is mutation in granted powers. Users: The Flash, Shazam, Captain America, Spider-Man. These heroes had some sort of accident or procedure done or granted to them that allows them to perform supernatural feats. The Flash got struck by lightning, and it altered him to where he could enact and utilize the Speed Force, granting him super speed. Shazam was gifted magical powers that allow him super strength, speed, and electrical powers. Captain America was given a super serum that literally wrote his DNA, and now he's able to box with people like Thanos. Spider-Man was bitten by a radioactive spider and now has super strength, precognition, and enhanced speed and durability. This system is based on outside factors giving you powers and abilities. Item-based powers. Users: Green Lantern, Blue Beetle, Iron Man. The way this works is that these heroes either built or were granted a certain item that attached themselves to them or that they used to perform heroic deeds and feats. Iron Man can shoot missiles and fly in space due to a suit that he built. Blue Beetle can fly at super speeds and transform parts of his body into weapons and tools due to an alien device that attached itself to his spine. And Green Lanterns can use their rings to make up any construct their minds can think of due to a ring granted to them by the Guardians of the Universe that utilize the emotional spectrum to create anything their minds can think of. The best types, in my opinion, are in the following order: physiological, mutation, items, and then granted based abilities. And here's why. Keep in mind, this is my opinion. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Physiological based abilities make it easier to rely on oneself than an outside factor. Mutation can grant crazy abilities, but its drawbacks can also make you look crazy. Item-based powers make you rely solely on that item, so if it's taken or destroyed, you're done. But they're usually pretty useful. Granted powers to me are the worst because if the person who granted them to you stops liking you, they can either A, take it from you, or B, know how to beat you outright. Part 3. Real world utilization. If powers existed for real in our world, what state would our world be in? What would I do with superpowers? What do I think my friends would do with superpowers? What should we do as a human race with superpowers? These are the questions I will answer in this section. If powers existed in our real world, honestly, it would be a war zone. There are too many people who don't know how to act or act on their emotions instead of waiting for the entire situation to unfold. There are selfish and self-centered people and would fall on those of a calmer mental state and of more ability to step up and stop them. Like you already see our world as it is currently. There are no powers, and yet people don't know how to act. They're bombing innocent children. Like with superpowers, it would honestly only get worse because people are too selfish, too dumb to change. But we would constantly be at war all across the world with superpowers because realistically, coming to a mutual understanding is almost always impossible because people don't want peace, they want to be right. What would I do with superpowers? Not gonna lie, I would fight a little crime, use my powers to make money, and honestly just flex on and mess with people. I've always wanted to make a bigger impact to those who cannot help themselves and put bullies in their place. And honestly, this feeling is what led me to writing my book, The Tales Told from Asteria. Book 1 is called A World on Fire. It dives into real-world issues like slavery and discrimination and hate, but also brings to life an original fantasy world with knights, Vikings, superheroes, and demigods. There will be more videos on it coming soon, but if you want to follow the journey up until the release of Book 1, follow the link in the comments to the World Anvil site and start learning more about the world of Asteria today. What would my friends be like with superpowers? We've discussed it, and we've decided that 2 of them in particular would need to be watched or immediately eradicated to protect the planet from unnecessary harm or war, but in all honesty, most of my friends would just use it to improve their lives and fulfill dreams they've always wished they could complete. The only thing is that the group might start a war of 2 different factions. Those who believe that one side cannot be trusted with their powers, and the other that wants to correct the world and its ways. I'll let you guess which side that I'm on. What should we do with superpowers as a human race? Keep in mind, this is what we should do, not what would actually happen. But what we should do is establish a peaceful coexistence with each other, and then work to make the human race live successfully throughout the galaxy, terraform the Milky Way, and reach out beyond it to search for other life and find the secrets of the universe. Think about it. 90%, 97% of our ocean is unexplored. Think about how many sea creatures exist that we don't know about. Large ones at that. Now think about if we explored Neptune. Do you really think it's just water on that planet? These are the kind of things that we could find out with superpowers. The sky wouldn't be the limit at all, just the beginning. But that's all for today. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. The journey is only just beginning, for we have a lot of work to do, but if you stick with me, you won't be disappointed.